Good evening and welcome to the United Center for the Northern Illinois Hockey League Tournament 16U CJP Championship. Tonight's game features the Joliet Jaguars and the Peoria Junior Mustangs. Now let's meet the teams. First for the Joliet Jaguars. Number 2, Joseph Kandra. Number 4, Ryan Scott. Number 8, Braden Ballard. Number 11, Joseph Lusader. Number 13, Robert Levasseur. Number 17, Joseph Adamic. Number 18, Benjamin Nagel. Number 20, Joshua Lazari. Number 36, Dominic Carrico. Number 39, Sullivan Eleveld. Number 42, Trevor Lysak. Number 66, Nick Spreeman. Number 73, Coy Hefner. Number 76, Wilson Taruti. Number 79, Declan Corcoran. Number 81, Zeke Manning. Number 89, Jonathan Dean. Number 94, Jack Nelson. Number 95, Enzo Massinio. The head coach is Daniel Tiffany. Assistant coaches, Brandon Rule and Tyler Burns. And manager, Maggie Lusader. Now introducing the Peoria Junior Mustangs. Number 1, Michael Peterson. Number 5, Dane Boyer. Number 6, Logan Marshall. Number 9, Vaughn Jurgens. Number 13, Quinn Andrews. Number 15, Landon Green. Number 16, Trey Ingalls. Number 19, Jason Lossman. Number 22, Cruz Taylor. Number 26, Grayson Englert. Number 27, Brody Teeney. Number 30, Zane Clark. Number 71, Joe Hearn. Number 81, Caleb Lossman. Number 85, Brady Young. Number 89, Cameron Strawn. Number 91, Jordan Kerr. Number 97, Noah Lippens. The head coach is Jimmy Taylor. Assistant coaches, Matt Lossman and Jean-Guy Trudel. The manager is Denise Teeney. At this time, the Chicago Blackhawks invite you all to stand if you are able. Please remove your hats for our national anthem.
When do you want to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, hockey fans alike, welcome into game number 5 of the day on this Championship Sunday here on the NIHL TV network, the Stream Sports Midwest YouTube channel. I am Mike Napolitano on the play-by-play call for this 5th game between the Peoria Junior Mustangs 16U team versus the Joliet Jaguars 16U team as well. On my side here, my color commentator, Aaron Schellen, joining me on the call, and on the producer side of things, Eric Willowet. And we are excited to get this one underway here. I don't know about you, but I'm loving these jerseys right now. The bright blue and the purple really clash nicely.
Yeah, it's always a little jarring when you've done as many Joliet Jaguar games over the years as Eric and I have, and we switch over to the 16U, and all of a sudden we go to this completely different color scheme with the purple and gold. It's a little jarring, but yeah, it's a good look. I like it. I've always been a big fan of those, and probably maybe a little before your time, but this would be right in Eric's wheelhouse with me. Those 1970s LA Kings jerseys with the purple in them.
Oh,
like,
no, trust me, I know those.
Love that stuff. So yeah, I dig the color scheme, but it always it's a shock to the system every time I see that purple, and I have to remind myself that once you get into that 16U level, they go with a different color scheme.
Well, the jerseys are hopefully going to be just as flashy as the talent in this one. We have the 1-seed Peoria Junior Mustangs against the 2-seed Jaguars. They both finished top in their class, basically, during the regular season. Peoria Junior Mustangs, 19 games played, 12 wins, 5 losses, 2 ties. The Jaguars played one more game, 8 wins, 11 losses, 1 tie. And when they faced each other head-to-head during the season, it was mostly the Peoria Mustangs getting the better of those opportunities. A 4-4 tie back in September, a 4-1 win for the Mustangs on October 28th. Mustangs beat the Jaguars 7-3 on November 12th and 3-0 on December 9th. So the Mustangs are going to hope to replicate what they did in the regular season. Before we get into that, the Northern Illinois Hockey League, NIHL, is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and one of the largest in the country. It is made up of over 50 travel hockey organizations. Almost all the clubs are from Illinois, with a few from Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Michigan, and Wisconsin. This is the 54th season of play in the Northern Illinois Hockey League. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the squirt, peewee, bantam, and midget age groups defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all-girls hockey divisions each season. NIHL partners with the Chicago Blackhawks to hold the league's NIHL Blackhawks tournament at the conclusion of this season. That is what you are watching right now. And for more information about NIHL and its programs, please contact Bob Apter, NIHL president, or visit the website at nihil.info.
You know, and Mike, you were talking about how the Mustangs have had success this season against the Jaguars during the regular season. We saw that in our second game of the day, the 12U Pee Wee Championship between the Mission Girls and the Joliet Jaguars. And Mission took 2 out of 3 from Joliet during the regular season, with that third game being a tie. But where it mattered here on the UC ice, the Joliet Jaguars, the number 1 seed, they won the 12U Pee Wee Championship. So what you do today is more important than what you did last week or last month for these clubs.
This venue here at the United Center has shown us some crazy things today, and I have no doubt that that is going to continue, just solely based on the fact that I technically have ties to this game. A friend of mine, Jake Ratner, played the NA3 HL Peoria Mustangs team, and his assistant coach was Jean-Guy Trudel, who is also the assistant coach for the junior Mustangs here. So I know of Guy and his famed NHL career down in Peoria. Well, the career itself wasn't in Peoria, but he is well known in the community. Yep. His son, Tristan, also played on that same team that my friend played for. I know like half of that roster. This is a whole new roster to me other than the coach. And I also work with his niece.
Interesting.
So it's a crazy small world. But that doesn't mean I have a bias in this one. I want to see a good game from both sides, and I want to see action out of both of these top teams.
And this is the fifth straight 1 versus 2 matchup that we've seen in the first 3 games. It went to the number 1 seed. Only in the last game did we see the number 2 seed. That was the Bantam, the Romeoville Huskies, with a 4-1 victory over the Rockford Roadrunners as the 2 seed, so far the only 2 seed to knock off a 1 seed in a championship game.
That may be the only 1 and 2 seeds playing on this ice, as the Blackhawks are struggling this year, and I am sad. I know you are laughing, Aaron. But that doesn't mean you can't still watch Blackhawks hockey. Connor Bedard is back.
Yes,
and the Chicago Blackhawks are proud to sponsor the Northern Illinois Hockey League. Hawks fans, be sure to catch these upcoming games. Monday, February 19th, the Hawks head to Carolina to take down the Hurricanes at 6 p.m. That's on NBC Sports Chicago. Wednesday, February 21st, they host the Philadelphia Flyers at 6:30 on TNT. And Friday, February 23rd, the Hawks are at home to take on the Winnipeg Jets. Kind of like these blue Peoria jerseys at 7:30 p.m. That's on NBC as well. So don't miss the Chicago Blackhawks in action, and don't miss this action. We are about to get started right here with the 5th game of the day, and we are underway officially. The Jaguars take the opening faceoff and possession, but it's in Peoria's zone now. Use the end boards to bank that puck back around.
We are going to see some more physical action than we've seen in some of at the 10 and 12U levels. Checking is not allowed. You start to see a little bit of it at the 14U level, but 16 and 18 is really where these young men start to show off the physical nature of the game of hockey.
A lot of board battles already. A shot blockered away. It lands outside of the slot, but still in a dangerous area, and a bouncing puck has to be cleared by the Jaguars defense as Peoria threatening early on here. Puck is chipped up off the glass and out. Back to receive that is number 81, Jordan Kerr for the Peoria Mustangs. Sent back in to the Jaguars' end. Down to retrieve that one is Joseph Kandra. He gets the puck back as he's pinned against the boards. More board battles ensue as this puck is dumped back down. Mustangs really trying to hold this zone time, but not able to peel the puck off the boards yet. And get some zone time in the slot. Jaguars go D to D. Pull up and slow the game down as they are trying to exit their zone. Nice move to evade one stick, but the Mustangs still come up with it. Jaguars desperately trying to get out of their own end, and they finally do, but it's at center ice with the Mustangs. Mustangs back over the line, but a little bit too late of a drag. That is offsides, and we will get a face-off.
A good first couple of shifts for the Peoria Junior Mustangs, having the Jaguars in their own defensive zone, and that's what you want when you kick off a championship game as the #1 seed. You don't want to give that lower seed any life. You just bury them in their own zone, and hopefully you're able to get one.
We get a whistle. That should be an icing call, and that'll bring this face-off all the way back down into the Jaguars' end. The starting goaltenders we didn't announce. Number 42 for the Jaguars in there, that is Trevor Lezik. And on my left side, number 1, that is Michael Peterson between the pipes for the Peoria Mustangs.
Yeah, a couple goalies on each team for the Jaguars. You got the aforementioned Trevor Lezik, and then Sullivan Eleveld is the other goalie for Joliet, and for Peoria, Zane Clark, number 30, the other goalkeeper. So I want to make sure we give a shout out to all the players, since typically the backup goaltenders don't get a chance to see action in these championship games unless something goes really wrong. So give those young men a shout out.
I know you don't believe in the commentator jinx, Aaron, but you're treading in dangerous waters right now.
Yeah, if we see both backup goaltenders in this game, then something went really weird. I wouldn't be against it because it would be fun, but...
Here come the Jaguars trying to muscle past that Peoria defense, but good back checking stops that attack, but the puck is still in the Mustangs zone. Jaguars will try to go to work now. They tried to throw it to the point, but it snuck back out of the zone, and they'll regroup, go D to D. A pass just out of the reach of Joseph Kandra, and that comes all the way back down and is gloved by Peterson. We will get a face-off.
And we've talked about this in pretty much every game so far today, that in this first period, at least the first part of the first period, may not happen quite as much here because this is a 17-minute period. Really a feeling out period. You see a lot of kind of close to the vest defensive style hockey. No real chances being taken because nobody wants to fall behind early. I don't know that you'll see that through the entirety of the first period here. Again, given that it's 17 minutes versus we started at 12 this morning. So, you might see first half of the first period teams playing pretty tight to the vest and then opening it up in that second half of the first period.
The only difference I have noticed is that teams in these earlier games were not as physical off the hop as these two have been. So I like to see that aggression and physicality early.
That sets a tone, right? I mean, that sets a tone that, you're not going to be pushed around, and you're going to defend your crease, and you're going to defend your goalie, and you're going to defend your spot on the ice. So you might not see those long indirect type passes, the home run style passes, but you'll see the hitting starts from the very beginning.
It's a lot more than just who is the stronger team metaphorically when it comes to a game like this. Back into the zone now are the Mustangs. A shot paddled away from the Jaguars goaltender. Nice keep by the Mustangs, but it's down low for purple jerseys to recover. They shoot it up the half wall, but it gets sent back down deep into their zone. Mustangs going to work now. That's number 81, Caleb Lossman. Outnumbered in the corner, almost came up with the puck, but his team still keeps it in the zone. It's in the high slot, just can't get a stick on it. It's tied up. Jaguars get it not out, still at the point. It comes down low. couple of bodies collapsing on top of each other as that physicality that we mentioned is there. A tip in the slot forces that puck wide into the corner.
And Joliet really, really hemmed in their defensive zone here. They finally relieved some of that pressure, able to get a change anyway.
Two Joliet players almost collide, also with a Mustangs player at center ice. But now it's the Jaguars looking to go on the offensive, sticked away by Peterson. Centering pass, doesn't make it to the man in the slot, but it's at the point for the Jaguars. Comes back to him on the rebound, and a shot goes high and wide, stays in though. Trying to send this puck back down low. Number 94 takes a shot. That is Jack Nelson for this Jaguars team. Another shot gloved and sent out of the zone by Peoria. They get a chance to change, but that is an icing.
You know, one of the neat things about this for me is that for Eric and I, this is our third season of doing NIHL hockey, and we don't do a lot of regular season 16U and 18U games. A lot of these 16U Joliet Jaguars players, this is the first time that Eric and I have seen them this year, but we have done 14U and we have done potentially 12U with some of them. So a lot of these names, like you just mentioned, Jack Nelson, that's a name I remember doing some of the 14U games in previous seasons for NIHL.
Back up into the neutral zone. The Mustangs dump this puck down. 26, that is Grayson Englert going to work, but the Jaguars are back out with it. They can't make it to the blue line. Peoria will regroup in their own zone. T&E shoots this puck up to the red line. To Rudy now. Has to lay it off to a teammate along the boards there in front of the benches. Puck comes all the way back down, and Peoria will reshape themselves after the change. And that puck is tipped into the stands. It's the first one of those we've had today. A couple in the benches yesterday, but a souvenir for a lucky fan down there. Oh, they threw it back. They didn't want it.
So again, Mustangs doing a nice job possession-wise. Nothing particularly dangerous, though. Nothing that Trevor Lysak has had any issues with so far for Joliet. So I think if you're the Jaguars, you feel pretty good about how you're keeping the Mustangs out of your goalie's face and out of those high danger opportunities. You just got to figure out how to get some sort of offense going the other direction.
Jaguars trying to send this up the boards. They actually make it through the middle. Thought there might have been a call on that stick in the midsection. I thought the Jaguars bench wanted one, but they play on. They're deep in the Mustangs zone now. Lost stick for a Mustangs defenseman. Pinned right behind the goal. This puck squirts out to the Mustangs, and they are able to clear to center. Jaguars go D to D and try to make a pass up the wall that doesn't quite work out, but the Mustangs turn that back over to this Joliet team. Pass into the neutral zone. Peoria has the zone now. They shoot that puck down low. Joseph Kandra, he's been busy for this Joliet team, getting a lot done in the defensive zone, trying to clear pucks from below his goal line. Oh, looked like a Mustangs player wanted to wind up and take a slap shot there, but got clipped at the same time. Not a penalty, but couldn't get the shot off either. This puck comes back down. We're seeing a lot of back and forth here. Nobody's really able to control this neutral zone.
And we're seeing passes basically from blue line, just inside one blue line to just inside the other blue line. Again, nothing really dangerous for either team. So that's kind of what I talked about, right? When the game started, no one's really taking any unnecessary chances here in the early going.
Here come the Jaguars going wide, trying to find a lane to the net. A centering pass actually makes it into the crease and covered and saved by Michael Peterson. We get a whistle and a stop. Face-off will come to Peterson's left side. Just out of the zone, so the Jaguars will have to rethink that attack. Coming out to play this puck is goaltender Lezik. He sent that towards the linesman. Aaron, you mentioned to me that we have a 4-man reffing system for this game.
Yep, 4 refs for this one. We had been running with 3.
So you'll see the referees with their orange armbands and the linesmen in the regular referee shirts. It's a common mistake that everybody thinks the linesmen have that orange line there, but it's actually quite the opposite. Sent back down into the Jaguars' end. They take that puck around their net. Peoria fighting for it in the corner, not able to sustain the pressure, so the Jaguars are going to get a chance to exit their zone. Sent all the way down and in a dangerous area, getting a shot on goal. Oh, and the Peoria player actually threw that back at his own net. Tries to try to get it out of the slot there. Oh, and a redirect, but still saved by Peterson there. We get some pushing and shoving after the whistle there.
Yeah, that was impressive from Michael Peterson, using that glove and being able to find that puck. I lost sight of it, and I have the right angle from where that shot was taken from, and somehow Peterson was able to find it through legs and make the save.
He had to slide post to post to make that save and still scooped it up like it was a routine grounder. So keeping his team in this and keeping this game scoreless. Jaguars keep that puck in, and once again, a snag from the glove of Peterson will warrant a whistle, and we'll do it all over again. Face off to his right once more. Mustangs flip that puck off the glass and out. That's Kandra once again back there for this Jaguars defense, but Peoria wins a turnover there. Still fighting in the corner for it. It comes up the boards. Shot from the defense. Doesn't quite make it all the way through. Peoria takes another shot that goes wide. Pinching down low is number 9. That's Von Jurgens. Jurgens, the defenseman, low in the zone, leaves it down low. And this puck comes all the way back out for an icing. 6:32 to go here in this first period. No score just yet.
Yeah, pretty quick moving first period here. Again, 17-minute periods, and just the mind, the way your mind thinks, like, all right, we've done 12-minute, we've done 13-minute, we've done 14-minute, we've done 15. It feels like this 17-minute period should drag on just based on the fact that we've done shorter periods all day, but this is moving pretty quickly. Not a ton of whistles, not a whole lot of up and down play. We've talked about kind of that in-between nature.
Oh, a shot may have been looking for a redirect in front for the Jaguars, but just sails wide of the goal mouth. Peoria tying up sticks down low. Jaguars still able to manage a shot, but it was from a bad angle, so easy for Peterson to save. That puck came all the way back out and back into the zone too quickly. That's an offside. We'll have a whistle.
Yeah, Joliet's done a nice job here, Mike, over the last handful of minutes. Those first 4 or 5 minutes of the first period really controlled by Peoria, but Joliet has taken, I don't want to say control, but they've played much better here over the last handful of minutes. They're getting their fair share of those offensive zone opportunities now.
Dumped down behind Lezik. Kept in the zone momentarily, but now squeaks out, and it could be an odd man rush if they can catch this puck for the Jaguars. Back up into center. Jaguars, as Aaron mentioned, really pushing the pace now. They dump this puck back down. Peoria will regather and flip right back out of the zone. Sent all the way around. That was 79, Declan Corcoran. Peoria defense scoops this one up and are looking to turn things the other way. A lot of errant passes. This is Jack Nelson lining up for the draw. Peoria wins it. Looking to just shoot this puck out of their zone right now. They've been having trouble in the neutral zone, but there's a pass that gets them over the blue line and an opportunity there. A shot, actually sneaks through Lysick, but no chance on the rebound. And look out, here comes Nelson on a breakaway, goes to the forehand and he scores! Well, just when you thought that Peoria was going to get their first chance on that rebound that snuck through Lysick, this puck comes down the other way and the Jaguars exploit a pocket in that Mustangs defense and sneaks this puck in 5-hole between the pads of Peterson.
Number 2 seed jumping out on top of the number 1 seed here for a second.
Jaguars goal scored by number 94, Jack Nelson. Unassisted at 12:35. Jaguars goal scored by number 94, Nelson. Unassisted at 12:35.
Welcome to the club, man.
I stopped before he started talking.
I did.
I cut myself off before he started saying anything. I still don't have a check on my ledger yet.
You knew it was coming.
I did. There's a very happy Nelson family member up on the Jumbotron here at the United Center.
A couple of loud Jaguars fans even before the game started, so they have quite the fan section over here. And a save from Lysick.
Yeah, Eric was talking, I heard you and Eric talking last game about teams that have a large number of banners in their arenas. Next time you go down to Inwood, check out the number of banners that they have hanging up down there. They've got row after row after row to the point where they've had to start taking banners down and replacing them with new banners.
Wow.
I mean, it just goes to show you the level of success that this Joliet Jaguars program has had at basically every level.
I have played a few games down there. I haven't paid attention to the banners.
Now you will. I promise you, you'll never never be able to unsee it.
I will say Peoria's rink, the Civic Center, is very similar, at least where the Mustangs play. But I don't know if they have that many rows. Here's a 2-on-1 for Peoria and just couldn't find it on the backhand. That was Jason Lossman, not able to pick that one up. And a collision in the corner.
I think we're going to have a penalty.
A penalty,
yeah,
yes.
Here on the Jaguars for a cross check.
It's very fitting that both teams have a lot of banners and that they are both playing in this championship game here. It's a battle of the southern teams here for NIHL. Both Joliet and Peoria had to come north to get to the United Center today.
Peoria is one of the few southern NIHL rinks that we didn't make it to this year. We spent some time down in Bloomington. We did 6 games
Jaguars
down
penalty
there.
call to number 4, Ryan Scott. 2 minutes for roughing at 13:33. Jaguars penalty call to number 4, Scott. 2 minutes for roughing at 13:33.
There's my first hash mark.
Very well done. Well, I won't. I'll give you a half a check on that one. You did pull up a little bit.
All right.
Jaguars not able to clear a shot, hits off a stick and up into the netting. So we will get a face-off after that stoppage of play. Interested to see the units that this Peoria team has for their power play. During my time down in Peoria, their special teams struggled a little bit, and it was tough to get them going, but this team's in a championship game right now. You can't have special teams struggles. You need to capitalize on these opportunities as we've seen all day long. Shorthanded goals and power play goals that turn the tides of these games. Peoria, D to D, Lossman looking at a shot. Oh, and that tipped back towards the net, but hit the side of the cage. And Peoria may have just had their best opportunity to score right there on this power play. They'll stay in the zone, but really nothing doing for them just yet. Face-off will come to the right of Lysick.
Yeah, Lysick made that save, and he got out of dodge. He stopped that puck and skated right over into the corner. A lot of times you see a goalie do that to sort of compose themselves after a mad scramble, but he's done a nice job here in the first.
Peoria walking the line, D to D. Another shot from outside that is soaked up by Trevor Lysick, but we will see if Peoria can actually start to get shots from down low, generate chances below the dots in order to take advantage of this power play.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, we talked at the beginning of the game about how Peoria had possessed the puck for, you know, the good chunk of that first period, but now as we approach the end of the first period, you have to start to talk about, all right, well, you've got possession. You need to start doing something with that possession because now you're behind. So it's now not just a matter of can we control the puck in the offensive zone, it's can we get good looks, can we get quality scoring opportunities like that.
And that redirect caught Lysick off guard. He was sliding to his left. The redirect sent that puck to the right, but he was still there to make the save.
And he chicken winged that right arm out as he was skating from his left to his right, or from his right to his left rather, and was able to make the save.
We get another look on the Jumbotron here at that save. As Peoria loses the zone, they'll have to regroup. 38 seconds to go here on their man advantage. They come back across the blue line here just momentarily. They're going to have to regroup at center ice as the Jaguars. It's a 1-on-3, and that is Jack Nelson, the goal scorer here, that is pressuring this Peoria team. A shot goes wide after it's deflected off of the waffle board of Lysick. Down below, a centering pass just evades the stick of a Peoria player. A couple of stick lifts, but here come the Jaguars shorthanded as this penalty is expiring. They're going to get their man back out of the box as the Peoria Mustangs do come back the other way now. And a centering pass, and a backhanded shot just goes wide. I'm not sure if Lysick got a tip on that or if that just went well wide of the cage. But that was a prime slot opportunity for Peoria. Just couldn't get that puck where they needed it to go.
Yeah, Peoria didn't score, but they got 3 or 4 quality
1 minute
shots
remaining in the period. 1 minute.
On Lysick there on that power play. So got to feel a little bit better about your offense here as we approach the end of the first period.
I'm counting that one for you. You've been interrupted by Gene Honda now.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. I'm focusing on my camera, not the game clock.
As Honda mentioned, less than a minute here in this first frame. 1-0 Jaguars, but it is all Mustangs right now on this end of the ice. They circle around with the puck, send that up, a D-to-D pass. Eipens, a shot, it gets tipped back towards the net, but still wide. This puck is in the far corner. Jaguars able to now pick this up and send this out of the zone. As time winds down, we have 8 on the clock. They may get one last chance here, the Jaguars. Gets a centering pass, but not in an area where they can turn and fire a shot, and that will end this first period of Jaguars and Mustangs 16U hockey here.
A good first 17 minutes. I think if you're the Joliet Jaguars, you got to be really, really pleased with the way things went there. You kind of weathered that initial storm by the top seed Mustangs. You pick up a goal on your other end. You kill a power play. You're through 17 with a 1-0 lead.
The Chicago Blackhawks want to let you know that the Chicago Blackhawks are excited to host their 2024 summer camps at 4 locations throughout Chicagoland for kids ages 6 through 13. Additionally, they are proud to present their all-girls camp, Big Strides, designed for girls ages 12 to 18. Included in the 5-day camp, players will participate in 2 on-ice practices and 2 hours of off-ice activities each day. Full equipment and basic comprehension of skating is required. For more information and to register, please visit NHL.com Blackhawks Amateur Hockey Camps. You know, Aaron, one of the things that they preached in NA3HL Peoria Mustangs hockey was head checking. And I haven't seen too much of that going on, but it helps with your situational awareness on the ice and helps with the chemistry of knowing where your teammates are going to be. But you have to keep your head up. And these guys, they've kept their head up, but they need to be checking because this Jaguars team can get very physical very quickly and knock them off the pucks, especially on the board battles.
Yeah, I mean, I think the comfort level with their teammates is pretty good. Obviously, these kids play a lot of games together.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think that always having that situational awareness and knowing where you are on the ice is important, and knowing who's around you and what's going on around you is obviously always important.
As they try to get a couple more chances now, that power play had expired last period. 5 aside. Lossman trying to find this puck in the corner. Knocked off the puck are the Mustangs. Jaguars will corral it in their own end. Oh, it takes a crazy carom off the end glass and sits right on the back of the net and almost helped the Mustangs keep that puck in the zone. But now it's a race coming back into the Mustangs' end. It's going to be the Jaguars that get there first. They turn a centering pass and a redirect. Good thing the pads of Peterson were there to make that save. Another save from him, and a rebound backhander had to be stopped from the goaltender. Mustangs now leaving their end, getting across the blue line. They don't have the numbers here. Nice check from the Jaguars, and they are back up the other direction with the puck. Now they don't have the numbers, but a backhanded shot, and Peterson had to steer that one away. Jaguars still holding the zone here. A nice keep at the line in desperation for this Jaguars team, but Peoria is back into their corner. A couple of whacks down low. I don't think that ever reached the front of the net, but it goes to the point, and the Mustangs can get set up now. Sending this puck down low. 2 aside as they battle beneath the goal line. Sent back up to the point, and a shot hit a couple of sticks but still went wide. Mustangs wingers going to work now. It gets thrown back around the end boards. But now it's the Jaguars who leave their end and are with speed along the wing. That attack is stopped by a few Peoria sweaters, but the Mustangs still facing a threat in their zone until now as they clear it. Jaguars sent that puck a little out of reach, but Peoria just trying to throw that up the glass and out. It stays in. Along the near wall by us, here come the Jaguars going wide. Have a couple options in the middle. A slot pass and a 5-hole goal. That is number 95, Enzo Maceo, on that goal. And what a pass, what a shot.
Yeah, 5-hole goal by Messineo. Yeah, just found him all alone in the slot, and he didn't miss.
Messineo went low, got the defender to think he was cutting all the way to the net, pulled up, took a two or three steps back, 2 or 3 skate strides back to give him that separation that he needed in the slot, and throws that puck 5-hole as a perfect pass.
Jaguars goal scorer number 95, Enzo Maceo. Assisted by number 73, Coy Hefner at 2:46. Jaguars goal scored by Maceo, assisted by Hefner at 2:46.
The Jaguars double their lead here and are starting to open this game up against this Mustangs team.
Well, we talked about this before the game, right? The Mustangs had taken every regular season game this year against the Jaguars, but here we are, a period and 3 minutes into this one, and they're down 2.
Jaguars again down low. There's a couple of purple sweaters crashing the crease, but couldn't find the shot. Mustangs back over the line, but it's poke checked away, and the Jaguars are back at center ice. Oh, hits the linesman's skates, and the Jaguars will have to regroup. Peoria now sending this puck into an open area to try to get that puck into the zone, but look out, here's a 2-on-1. Oh no, wiped out at the boards, and there's a tripping call. So the Jaguars will go to the power play.
Yeah, it was a pretty clear trip, but it broke up a 2-on-1, so Jaguars will get a power play out of it.
Once again, a player going to the wrong box. They got to mark those penalty boxes down there. That's the 3rd time today. Faceoff actually is in the neutral zone here.
Yeah, that's weird. Feels like the faceoff should be in the Peoria defensive zone, right?
I wonder if they're saying because of where the infraction happened, but typically any power play would result in a faceoff down in the attacking end.
Peoria penalty call number 9, Vaughn Jurgens, 2 minutes for tripping at 3:38. Peoria penalty call number 9, Jurgens, 2 minutes for tripping at 3:38.
So Jurgens has to sit and think about what he did as the Jaguars try to hold on to this 2-goal lead and add to it. They corral this in their own zone, moving across with it. Jaguars trying to go D to D. They couldn't quite get set up there for some reason across the blue line. They are now. A shot goes wide. I'm not sure if that had to be sticked away by Peterson, but the Jaguars get the rebound, and they're still pressuring here on this power play. Walking the top of the umbrella, a redirect in the slot, and a pad save, and it's thrown all the way back down the ice. We will get an icing call. No, waved off.
Oh.
Goaltender wanted it, but
Yeah,
no indication from the referee, so we play on.
Crawled across the red line.
Back into the zone are the Jaguars, trying to cut towards the front of the net instead of take that back around was Dominic Carrico. Shot through the legs, doesn't quite make it there. A nice keep at the point for Joseph Kandra. A shot still finds the pads of Peterson, and a huge hit. Not sure if we're going to be getting a call. I don't see any indication from any of the officials out there. That shot just goes wide. Jaguars still putting the pressure here on the Mustangs. Walking around the defenseman is Nelson. Puck pops up and over to the far side. Jaguars win that board battle and can stay in the zone. A pass to the top of the umbrella once more, but the shot goes wide. Good puck protection down low. Comes back up for Kandra. He shoots and he scores! Joseph Kandra finding a 5-hole slot through a couple of screens, and it is a 3-0 Jaguars lead.
Jaguars were in the defensive zone the entire power play there, Mike, and you start getting some tired penalty killers if you are the Peoria Junior Mustangs. Having to play defense for 2 straight minutes like that is not easy, and eventually Joseph Kandra is able to break through. That's another goal that goes 5-hole on Michael Peterson. It's 3-0 Jaguars.
Starting to run away with this one are the Joliet Jaguars. I'm waiting, Gene.
Joliet goal scorer number 2, Joseph Kandra. Assistant by number 76, Wilson Taruti at 5:53. Joliet goal scored by Kandra, assisted by Taruti at 5:53.
That was nice timing.
Thank
that was
you, Mr.
impressive.
Honda.
It's like you knew exactly when he was going to be calling that goal official.
I haven't been doing this all day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, actually you have. 7:45 a.m. is when we arrived at the United Center this morning.
Face off to the left of Lysick. Puck comes all the way back down into the Peoria end, but it's going to be a race for this puck. Pressure coming quickly from the Jaguars. Peoria able to get away from that danger. Boyer now moving across the blue line, has to dump and chase this one. He's not able to retrieve his own pass, so this comes back up to the point. Mustangs able to keep this in. They have it in the high slot, but too many purple sweaters, and they are back the other way. 2-on-2 coming down into the Peoria end. A shot hits a stick and almost caused some trouble. Goaltender went down as it was lying there. An extra whack of the stick from the Jaguars could have put that in, but now it's the Mustangs trying to get something started. A shot from the slot, another rebound. It's loose. Another shot. Oh, wow, what a save from Lysick. Coming up with the mitt as he was already down to make that save and keep this a scoreless posted shutout for him.
Yeah, Lysick dead to rights, literally made a save laying down there. There were at least 3 opportunities for Peoria, and Lysick, that's just an unbelievable save from Lysick. Laying down, he threw his left leg up in the air and his glove, and the puck just found his glove and stayed out of the net.
Jaguars doing anything they can to win that defensive zone draw. Almost had a 3-on-2 moving forward, but now it's anybody's puck at the neutral zone. It was touched with a high stick, and the Peoria Mustangs touched that, so there will be a whistle.
Faceoff's going to come all the way down to the other end. Jaguars were fine with it. Just let the puck sit in the offensive zone for the next 9 minutes and 32 seconds without anybody touching it. So
on that play, yes.
The Mustangs touched up.
When you have the lead, you might as well not touch that puck and force Peoria to have to take a draw in their own end. Lined up for the draw is Nick Spreeman for the Jaguars, but the Mustangs are the ones that leave the zone with the puck. Could have been offsides there, as I thought the centerman entered the zone a little before the winger there. Crashing into the end boards or some of the Mustangs. They do keep it in momentarily at the point, but now it's a fight anybody's puck at the neutral zone. Jaguars win that and bring it back into their zone to regather. And now it's flipped all the way down. We will get an icing this time.
Joliet Jaguars came into this match with a losing record. They've lost every game they played against Peoria. Well, they had a tie, but other than that, Peoria has had Joliet's number here this season, but not so far today through about 25 minutes of gameplay.
You know, I hate to say it, but I wonder if for some of these top seed teams, you never want to think that this might be the case in a championship game. They look at those regular season standings and get a little bit of complacency going.
That's a possibility.
We beat these guys all season long, and we can do it once more. But then maybe they're off their own game.
You would like to think that that's not the case in a championship game, because what exactly are you looking ahead to? You know what I mean? Like, what are you looking past these guys to? But it's a possibility.
Oh, big hit. Open ice from the Jaguars, taking the Mustangs off the puck. The puck stays in their defensive zone, and the Mustangs are going to try to go to work now. They try to return the favor. Both players bodied in the boards. Oh, and
yep, here we go.
I don't think anybody knows there's a puck out there, as they're just going for bodies at this point. The physicality went from zero, well, I won't say zero, but definitely took a couple notches up right there.
It went from about a 30 to a 60 rather than the 0 to 60, right?
Exactly. Jaguars taking the puck into open area. Nice stick handle to keep that puck in down low, even when outnumbered. But it's the Mustangs now that flip this puck back out. Also out of their reach, and the Jaguars will have to recalibrate down low. Here comes number 20, that's Joshua Lazari. couple of sticks outstretched for that puck in the neutral zone. Peoria comes up with it. They go D to D and try to shoot this puck back up out of their end, but it's going to go all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. 7:11 here to go in the second period. 3-0 Jaguars against the Peoria Junior Mustangs, as the faceoff will be in their zone to the left of Michael Peterson. Aaron, I don't see a trophy sitting in between the benches like there were for some of the other championship games that we've done today. Yeah, I wonder if there's only banners for this matchup.
Yeah, 10, 12, and 14, I'm assuming, the PSL trophies. 16U, 19U, and the girls 16U/19U, not technically PSL. So it's probably the reason behind it.
Well, I'm sure these players would much rather have the bragging rights that they keep with them forever, rather than maybe just a trophy that sits at their home rink, although that is some nice hardware as well.
Well, like I said before, I know Joliet loves themselves a banner, so
yes,
they wouldn't
Peoria
mind adding another one to their collection, I'm sure.
If Peoria wants to add to their collection, they're going to need to find 3 goals within the next 6.5 minutes or the third period just to get things tied back up. Jaguars pick up this puck in some open space and are across the blue line, cutting towards the middle. Oh, I'm not sure that anybody on Peoria knew where that puck was. Goaltender gets a little bit steamrolled there.
And then Lavaseur gets hit from behind up around the upper shoulders area. He turns around and has a few words for the Peoria Mustang defenseman, but you know, you play until the whistle, so nothing wrong with what Lavaseur did there.
That was Benjamin Nagel also trying to drive to the net. As you mentioned, Lavaseur, the late man in there, and not appreciated by the Peoria defense. So they put him in the net. They're going to figure out how to put pucks in the net very soon if they want to stay in this one. Gloved as it came off the end boards by Peterson, and we will do that face-off again. We're getting an up-close look at Peterson's mask. It's a brick wall design with the Mustangs logo. He does have a ribbon on that back plate of the mask. Looks like it is for a good cause, but I can't read that from here. Flipped back out of the zone with a backhander by the Mustangs. They'll give chase down in the Jaguars' end. They're going to get to this puck first. You can hear a couple of those Mustangs communicating down low, but it's the Jaguars that pick up this puck. A nice button hook move to evade a stick check, and the Jaguars have this in the high slot. A shot goes wide. Rebound makes its way to the corner and back into the front on a centering pass. Einer sends this puck across. A shot. It's tipped in front but tipped wide, and a centering pass doesn't quite find a Jaguar stick. Otherwise, that could have been dangerous for Peoria. Still is, as this puck is down below their own goal. Trying to bring that puck in front. Another backhand shovel, and it's out of the zone to alleviate the pressure, and Peoria will get a chance to change. This is the period of the long change here. Obviously, that's for both teams, but with tired legs, Peoria was struggling to get to their bench and not be caught in a change. Jaguars. Bank pass off the boards. That comes up high on Kerr. He's able to glove it down, and Peoria try to move through the neutral zone. Moving back in with it, well offsides on the far side, so we will get a whistle and a stoppage of play. 4:45 to go here in the second.
Jaguars doing a nice job hanging on to this 3-0 lead, playing pretty solid defense in front of their goalie, Trevor Lysick. had that one sequence where Lysak had to make 3 or 4 saves, but other than that, he's been relatively unchallenged here in the second period.
Puck comes down and Heen has to play that. Finds him once more. Hearn, apologies. Peoria able to pick this up and stay onside this time as they cross the attacking blue line. Sent back to the point. An ice shot goes wide. A centering pass doesn't quite make it to another Peoria stick. They still have this puck down low. But the Jaguars clear their end and get as far as center before they have to regroup. Dumped down low. That comes off the end boards fast and had to be played by the stick of Peterman to keep that from finding a Jaguar stick coming into the zone. Jaguars now a shot. Peterson a save. Here come the Mustangs across the blue line once more. Checked as he did, so they will have to regroup in the neutral zone and now their own end. Nice move to evade one checker. Going from blue line to blue line, and a shot in the high slot just doesn't make it on net. And then a rebound has to be sticked aside. And when you get a whistle, I believe
the net's off its peg,
yeah. Didn't know if that was goaltender equipment or if it was the net itself, but net comes off and we will get a face-off. This is going to come to the right of Lysak. In for the draw is Quinn Andrews. An errant Jaguar stick. They recover, but it's still in their zone, and a shot soaked up by Lysak. That was the face-off man himself, Quinn Andrews, taking that shot. And he will have to line up once more, this time on the left side of the Jaguars' defense. One too many on the ice before they lined up there, so there's a delay on the dropping of the puck. Jaguars win this faceoff, but it stays in their zone with a good keep at the point. Peoria down low, a turnaround shot goes wide. Stick checked along the half wall. Thrown back at the net. 2 turnaround shots from this Peoria team. This time it is soaked up by Lysak.
Again, nice save by Trevor Lysak, not being asked to make any really difficult saves, but he's making all the saves for all the shots that are coming his way, and that's all you can ask.
That one goes up and over the goaltender and the net. 3 to a side now as they rough each other up along those boards and really fight for that puck. Goes into the far corner. Peoria thought they wanted a call there, but that's just incidental contact as they go down. Joliet able to clear their end, but they don't have possession quite yet. Mustangs look to turn things back around quickly. Shot gets stuffed by some shin pads, but it's in the slot for the Mustangs, and oh, that almost squeaked through the 5-hole of Lysak, but he reaches behind him to make sure that that didn't sneak past his skates.
Yeah, not only did he reach behind him, he reached behind him with his stick. He stakes that whole stick and wraps it behind him and just sticks it on the ice.
That's a good heads-up play to know that the mitt might not catch anything that's sliding through. It's hard to kind of feel everything back there when you can't see what you're doing. And if you can't see the puck either, that could spell danger. They fight for it at the blue line in front of the Peoria bench. It's outside of the zone currently. Now it's in, but no offsides. Here come the Jaguars now as that puck is popped out. Another button hook turn to try to protect and wait for reinforcements, but they haven't come just yet. 3 blue sweaters down there working for it in the corner. A couple of fans entertained by the action right at the glass in front of them.
Yeah, those are some young Joliet Jaguars down there banging on the glass.
Finally, referee blows the whistle. Puck wasn't moved, so we will get a face-off, and then we'll have to restart the game action for you.
It's going to be right at center ice, I believe.
I don't think we've heard Frank Sinatra yet
No,
today.
we haven't heard any Frank. We got a little My Way playing on the UC loudspeaker system.
It's a good change of pace. I think I've heard a couple of the same songs replayed all day, but still good songs, and I'm sure these fans haven't necessarily heard it unless they have other players at other levels in these championship games.
Yeah, they're focusing on other things.
Like this shot that has to be steered away by Lysak. Peoria really trying to put the pressure on now. Shot goes off the side of the cage, a centering opportunity, but muscled out of there and thrown up the wall by the
1 minute
Jaguars.
remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Another shot doesn't quite make it through. Jaguars throw this puck down low in their own end again to try to retain possession, but there's still a lot of forechecking coming from this Peoria Mustangs team as they keep the puck in the zone until a flip sends them back to their own blue line. Peoria loses that puck, but the Jaguars just dumped that down. Goaltender put his hand up for an icing call, but none given. A couple of bodies collide. Peoria can regain possession here and turn back up with this puck. A blown tire at the blue line by a Jaguars player. And a shot goes wide. Lysak had to stretch out for that one, but it still went wide. Nice move to evade a stick check. And the Jaguars, could have had numbers possibly, but the time was running out. And that will do it for the two frames in this one. 3-0 Jaguars as we head into the third period of this game.
Yeah, good second period for the Jaguars. You take the lead in the first, you extend it in the second. Now you just got to go to the third and hold on.
The regular season is complete, and this is the NIHL Blackhawks tournament time. Two teams from this division earn the right to play today for the championship at the United Center. This is where we are. This is where you're tuned in. Keep your eye on the NIHL.info website and the NIHL Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages for news about upcoming broadcasts of NIHL games. Now, the only upcoming broadcast that we have, other than the one you are currently in, is our, scheduled for 7 p.m., but that will be starting later than 7 p.m. The College Junior Prep 18U Championship will be our final contest of the evening. So stay tuned in after this game for that final, that finale, really.
It's the finale of the finales, yeah. It is the end of the road for Stream Sports Midwest and the NIHL Northern Illinois Hockey League this year after about 80 broadcasts, roughly. I think somewhere between 75 and 80 this year. We did more NIHL games in 2023, 2024 than we have in any previous season, and we went to a lot of different arenas that we had never seen before and called games for teams that we had previously never been able to call games for. We did some new teams. The Hammond Mohawks were a new program this year, and we got to call some games for them, and it's a lot of fun this year. We'll get more into it in the next game when we're kind of taking a look back at the 23-24 season in review. But it's been a fun season, and if you're the Joliet Jaguars, you're 17 minutes away from the end of a fun game.
Yes. Well, Aaron, you got to see both of these teams' stars in an all-star game just almost a couple, that might have been a month ago.
About a month ago at this point, up in Vernon Hills, yep.
I don't know if you recognize any of the names out there, but what can you tell me from the Peoria side of things that can help them get a spark in this third period?
You know, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. They did a really nice job in the first period possessing the puck, but they really weren't able to get many scoring opportunities. And when the scoring opportunities started coming, they were getting the door slammed by Trevor Lysick, and now they got to open things up a little bit. You're down 3. You know, this isn't a 1-goal game. You really need to start opening up the game a little bit, trying to take some chances, maybe send in an extra forechecker to try to get Joliet to turn the puck over in their own zone. And if you're Joliet, you just keep doing what you're doing, gaining the red line, dumping it in, getting it out of your zone quickly, smartly, up the boards, not up the middle, and run the next 16:38 off the clock and add to your banner collection down in Inwood.
I think that puck entered the Blackhawks locker room as it was flipped out of play.
Did it roll down the hallway there?
Yeah, so a little bit of a stoppage there, but we are back underway as the referee drops this puck. Peoria wins that draw. We'll try to go to work now. Marshall at the blue line. A pass over to Quinn Andrews.
And if you're Peoria, you need to break the period down into chunks, right? You have about 16 minutes and change left to go. You want to get that first one before about the 10-minute mark. Get that second one by about the 5-minute mark if you can, and then take your chances. Obviously, if you can do better than that, you do better than that, but you need to break the period down. You can't get, I heard Eric say this in one of the games earlier today, you can't get 3 until you get 1.
Right. And you can't get 1 until you get some more possession.
Until you get a shot on goal.
They are trying to earn that in the neutral zone, and they do get that now in the attacking end, but no lane to the net. They did get a shot off, but it is patted away by Lysick. Puck comes all the way back down onto our side into the corner. A turnaround shot picked off by a Jaguars defenseman's stick and floated back out of the zone. 1-on-3. The Jaguars don't exactly have numbers, but are putting the pressure on and forcing the Peoria Mustangs to turn it over in their own zone momentarily. That is Braden Ballard trying to push that puck up for the Jaguars. Couldn't find a lane. Too many Peoria sticks in the way. It's down in the Jaguars' end now. Another tie-up along the boards. 3 purple, 2 blue go at it. It squeaks all the way out down into the Peoria end. The Jaguars once again tying this puck up against the boards. I feel like this game has been a lot of board battles, and what you need then is positioning. Couple of blown tires at the blue line.
Yeah, blue line jumped up and bit him.
Yes. Blue lines are tricky. I believe there is a loose mouth guard out there on the ice too in the Peoria zone. Oh, also a reverse hit almost there. Peoria still has the puck. Oh, a shot, and goaltender Lysick didn't know where that was after it hit him. He spun around, and that was laying just outside the crease.
Yeah, threw that right shoulder up to make the save, and the puck bounced down in front of him, and he spun off to his right, but the puck stayed right by that near post.
Another board battle, as I was mentioning, the positioning. A shot from just outside the slot, and that's soaked up, and some extracurriculars after the whistle.
Eric and I like to refer to those as kerfuffles.
Kerfuffles?
Yes.
I've heard that term used before. I respect it.
I think that's the first time we've used the term kerfuffle today.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's because Gene Honda has been cutting you off.
He has, yeah. Anytime there's been a kerfuffle, someone's gone to the penalty box and he's told us all about it.
Exactly. We'll have a face-off to Lysick's right side. In to take that draw for the Peoria Mustangs. I believe that's a 5 on the jersey, so that's got to be Landon Green, number 15. No, it looks like just a 5. Oh, that's Dane Boyer. Did not see a 5 on my roster at first. Jaguars have it in their own corner now. Not able to leave their zone until now, but the pressure is still on.
But they're doing a good job working the puck up the boards. So, I mean, you talked about a lot of board play. The Jaguars are fine with board play here in the third period. You have a 3-goal lead with 13 and a half minutes to go. They are totally fine with mucking it up like this along the boards, killing 5 seconds here, 15 seconds there.
Cutting to the middle, there's the Jaguars, but no shot attempt there, so We are going to get a penalty, though,
Trip on the
as
Jaguars,
a trip
yeah.
was behind the play.
So here's that chance for Peoria.
That is Jaguars number 4, Ryan Scott, headed to the box. Not too happy about that, but
I always watch to see how they shut the penalty box door. Do they push it shut or do they throw it shut? And that's usually a pretty good sign as to how they feel about the call. That was definitely thrown shut.
yes. Sometimes I take it with a grain of salt because those are heavy doors, but more often than not, you are right.
Yeah, it's a way to blow off some steam. Who are we kidding?
Yep. A lot of steam to blow off.
Jaguars penalty call number 4, Ryan Scott. 2 minutes for interference at 3:43. Jaguars penalty call number 4, Scott. 2 minutes for interference at 3:43.
Oh, and a goal for the Peoria Mustangs as a tip in front helps them score.
I think it's Jason Lossman, number 19, out in front. And he just got that stick down on the ice and tipped it up over the shoulder of Lysick. And that's what Peoria needed here with still plenty of time left. I said get that first one by the 10-minute mark. They got it with about 12.
And they wasted no time at all on that power play either, as they win the draw, go to work, and their first shot gets redirected, and it's in the back of the net. That's the type of play you draw up.
And I think we're going to see here, it was a tip by Lossman. That may have gone off of Braden Ballard as well. It's hard to tell from the angle that took, but that's a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous tip by Jason Lossman.
Referees are having a conference over at the Peoria bench. I'm not sure what this could be about now. Are they being assessed a penalty? Referees are not headed to the box.
Well, there are only 4 Peoria skaters out there right now.
All 4 officials coming over to talk about what they saw. Both teams will head to the bench and take a break momentarily. Before I was cut off, what I was going to say was that you don't realize how much board battles and all that working along with positioning in those neutral zone 50-50 pucks take out of your legs. It's a lot of positioning, being able to skate into that position and be strong on your legs. And Peoria, they've done a great job keeping up pace here.
They may be calling a penalty on the Jaguars here after the play.
I didn't see what occurred.
Ballard is going to the box. He may be going for taking down. He was battling out in front with another Peoria Mustang on that shot from Jason Lossman. And yeah, that's Ballard in the box right there for 2 minutes. So the Mustangs, they got 13 minutes to pick up 2. They're right back on the power play here, Mike.
After you score 1, it gives you a little bit of hope, but then to go right back onto the power play. Official lost a helmet in the corner.
Hey, looks like he got hit with something. He's bending over at the waist.
I'm not sure what's going on here now.
He had his helmet off. The other 3 officials tending to the one linesman who, not sure what happened. He's touching the side of his head like he got hit with something.
I'm very confused because it was just the linesman and Michael Peterson on that end of the ice. This didn't happen before the referees consulted about the penalty, so.
All right, well, he's going to stay out there. He's a hockey official. They're tough, just like the players.
But as we were mentioning, Peoria going right back to the power play. That's got to feel really good after a quick conversion on the last one.
Jaguars penalty call number 8, Braden Ballard. 2 minutes for interference at 3:56. So Jaguars penalty call number 8, Ballard. 2 minutes for interference at 3:56.
There you go. That's
Junior Mustangs go on the power play, scored by number 19, Jason Lossman. Assist by number 13, Quinn Andrews at 3:56. Junior Mustangs go on the power play, scored by Lossman, assisted by Andrews at 3:56.
Yeah, Yeah, I think what we saw there is on the shot attempt, Mike, I think they got Ballard for interference on the Mustang player that was in front of the net. You know, for that net front battle, I think they got Ballard for interference while the shot was in the air.
Look out, the Jaguars had an opportunity shorthanded, but Peoria back on the puck now. Tried to move across the blue line, but just kind of threw that pass too far ahead for teammates to reach. So the Jaguars had picked that back up momentarily, and they do have it now in their corner, trying to kill more time on this Peoria power play. Lossman now sending that puck down low. 3 blue sweaters, well, 2 staying in that corner to try to win that puck for the power play unit, but it's the Jaguars that come back out and are in the offensive zone, killing time and also finding space for a shot. That came up high on Peterson, and he's able to make the save. Peoria will regroup and get back up into the attacking zone. Boyer now. Pass was telegraphed, so it was tipped. You hear Peterson's stick on the far end of the ice, letting them know that the power play is expiring. 11:02 to go here in the third period. Jaguars still leading 3-1. That power play has expired now, but Peoria still pressuring in the zone. A shot eventually finds its way to Lysick, but it was a slow roller, and he was able to glove that one down. We will have a face-off.
And that goal and the ensuing power play has given the Mustangs a little bit of life here in the third period, Mike. We're down under 11, still a 2-goal deficit, but got to be feeling a whole lot better about how they're playing here now than they were when this third period started.
They did not convert on that last power play, had a couple of decent chances, but also gave up a couple of rushes to the Jaguars, so you got to hope that they can hold on to the momentum if they want to tie this game back up. But that second goal has to come first. Jaguars ring this puck all the way down. This is going to be icing. Waved off. So they race down for it. Peoria trying to swiftly move back up out of their zone. They have it in the neutral zone, but it's bouncing around. Peoria slap-shotting that puck down in, and that hits the netting and is out of play. We will have a face-off. I believe that should come out of the zone.
Yeah, unless it was tipped by Joliet, but it does look like it's coming out to outside the center ice, actually, is where it looks like they're going to be having this draw, maybe? Nope, near face-off dot.
That's number 66, Nick Spreeman, lining up for the draw against number 15, Landon Green for Peoria. Both players take an extra circle. Nobody's kicked out, but now they're able to drop the puck. Joliet moving across into the attacking zone. A centering pass finds a stick, but it was on the side, and a glove save to trap that one from Peterson. And we will have a face-off to his left.
$10 minutes, still kind of within that breaking it down like I talked about, right? You wanted the first one by the 10-minute mark, the second one by about the 5-minute mark, so just so you're not scrambling at the end of the game.
It's been all Mustangs since those back-to-back penalties mostly, but
we got a penalty here on the Mustangs as Brady Young is in the box. See his helmet there. There's Brady Young, 2 minutes in the box, so power play here now for Joliet.
If you're Peoria, you're obviously
the junior Mustangs penalty call number 85, Brady Young, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct at 6:55. Junior Mustangs penalty call number 85, Young, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct at 6:55.
Well, he said one of the magic words, I guess.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct there, so that's not what you want if you're the Mustangs right now, and as I was saying, you definitely want to kill this penalty and get back to pushing the pace in your offensive zone.
Yeah, and we just haven't seen much of that from the Jaguars here in this third period. Obviously, they've been shorthanded.
Look out, here comes Lossman picking a pocket and getting a shot, but that's deflected into the corner. He's all alone.
But the Jaguars have been playing a much more passive third period here. They're not attacking like they were in the first two that gave them that 3-goal lead. So I'd like to see them kind of move forward with some purpose here on this power play and try to get something set up offensively.
Jaguars moving slowly through the neutral zone. They want a calm and collected zone entry and get set up on this power play. They have the lead, so they can do that. But Peoria racing back up with it now, trying to make something happen even while shorthanded. Going wide into the corner, shoved off of the puck, and the Jaguars are able to take this back out. 30 to go on this power play. Sent across the zone and down in below the Peoria net. A centering pass doesn't find any purple sweaters until it gets to the point, so it goes all the way back out. Sent down low. Oh, look out, that pass ends up hitting a Peoria defenseman skating. Could have gone back on net. A tough angle shot soaked up by Peterson as he has that post covered. This puck slides all the way back down the ice. The Jaguars will regroup as the penalty expires. We are back to full strength.
A good kill by the Peoria Junior Mustangs as that was a big kill for them. You know, you get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty if you turn around and give up a goal there. That's a bit of a backbreaker, but they kill this one off. There's still 8 minutes left. Still have time to get back into this one if they can get one here in the next few minutes.
The biggest thing you don't want to give the Jaguars is the momentum back, and I don't think they fully did that in that penalty kill.
No, the Jaguars really offensively haven't really done much here in the third period. Haven't had possession, haven't had many shots. It's really been all Peoria Junior Mustangs here in period 3.
Shot from Taylor gets deflected wide. Peoria keeps that in at the point momentarily, but it's the Jaguars that flip that puck out into the Peoria bench, and we will get another whistle and another face-off.
You know, and it's been a bit of a choppy play here over the last handful of minutes, and I think that benefits Joliet right here. You know, their 2-goal lead. They're totally fine with neither team really being able to get anything going from an offensive rhythm perspective.
Peoria a little late to line up to this draw. The puck is finally dropped, and as we mentioned, they can get back to their offensive ways and continue to hold that momentum to help boost their comeback here. A shot from the point has to be waffle boarded to the side. A couple of hands came up to reach for that.
And they got blockered straight up in the air by Lysick. Looked like a Hail Mary in a Super Bowl. 6 players there jumping up to try to knock that puck down.
Jaguars knocked off the puck in the corner, but they're able to now pull out of their zone and get as far as center before it pops up in the air once more. Ooh, tough collision going into the boards right in front of that Peoria bench.
And I will say, Mike, that even though Joliet has struggled offensively here in the third period, they're still playing a pretty good defensive style of hockey. You see them working the puck up along the boards, get these tough battles down low that's killing time, digging clock, and you see right there, not able to clear it out, but at least going up the boards with it rather than in the center of the ice.
They're still playing a very physical game along the walls and trying to also pin the puck, kill some time as they hold on to this lead still.
6.5 left, under 6.5 left to go.
Pass to no one, picked up by the Jaguars. They flip it back down into the Peoria end. Pass up the boards. And a big open ice hit allows Peoria to enter the zone and have a shot. That goes wide after it hits a skate. A couple of players collide down low. We are going to get a whistle on that.
It's going to be a penalty on the Jaguars again.
So another opportunity for this Peoria team to go on the man advantage and possibly come within a goal of tying this game. That is number Trying to grab a number there. 79 entering the box. That's Declan Corcoran. So the Jaguars will be shorthanded here for 2 minutes, or until the Mustangs score a goal. 5:52 to go in
The
this
Joliet
final
penalty was
frame.
called on number 79, Declan Corcoran. 2 minutes for roughing at 11:07. Joliet penalty called on number 79, Corcoran. 2 minutes for roughing at 11:07.
Peoria kicked to the stick in the corner, kept it alive for a moment, but now the Jaguars move back up into center ice. A 1-on-3, he gets around the last defenseman, but ran out of room, had to go to the corner with it. Still wins that corner battle. Joliet pressuring as they are shorthanded. Shot doesn't make it all the way through the slot. That is sent back to Joseph Kandra. A couple of big bodies go crashing into the end boards as they try to fight for it. Almost stepped on that puck. That's always a tough move. Goes back to the Peoria defense at the point. Looking at an open lane down low, but a bunch of bodies go crashing as Lysick is able to glove that one.
Coy Hefner doing a nice job clearing the traffic out in front of Lysick.
Face-off will come to Lysick's right side. Still 5-on-4. Peoria trying to add on this power play. Puck comes up the wall. Kept in by Juergens at the point. Sent down low and back up in front. Low slot, almost had a chance. Juergens at the point. Shoots that puck down. It finds its way to the corner. Mustangs still have this and are pressuring. Sticked down by Lossman. He still finds it as a defenseman was trying to cut across and negate his shot. Another shot from the point for Peoria. That goes high and wide. But the Jaguars pick that up and are able to flip that out of the zone. 12 remaining on this power play as there is a stoppage of play for an icing, and we'll go all the way back down and try that again.
Yeah, again, Joliet doing a good job here as they are still keeping that puck along the boards and not allowing Peoria to get really in between the dots and get anything in close here on Trevor Lysick. Back at the point with it now, that's Lippens. Lossman goes cross corner.
Peoria now trying to still keep this puck. A nice tip as the penalty expires, but the Jaguars weren't able to go on a rush there. Kandra in the corner. Brings this puck back around. Joliet not able to clear their zone. A couple of bodies go crashing right next to that Jaguar bench. It's anybody's puck in the neutral zone there. And we get a whistle stopping play.
We're gonna cross-check here on, I think, Peoria. Yep, Peoria's gonna be shorthanded. Not what you want when you're down 2 with only three and change left.
Absolutely not. So 3:22, as you mentioned, left, and they still need those 2 goals. They didn't listen to your plan all that recently, so they're running out of time if they want to score those 2 goals to tie this, and now they'll have to do it shorthanded.
And I think they called a timeout here.
Joliet has taken their timeout.
Joliet took their timeout.
Joliet probably drawing something up here in order to increase their lead. A 2-goal lead means that the Mustangs could probably still pull the goaltender for the extra attacker. A 4-1 lead, maybe not so much. Of course, this is a championship game, though. Peoria could get aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're probably talking about is situational type stuff, right? We have a 2-goal lead. Yes, we're on the power play, but we have a 2-goal lead. So be smart about it. Don't take any chances. Another goal would be nice, but we don't need another goal to win. We need to keep them from scoring 2 more is really that message. And then what do you do when and if Peoria does pull that goalie? You know, how do you attack that? What do you do? But again, I think this is all about situations and making sure that your players know what to expect and know, you know, where their heads are at here, because yeah, you always want to score another goal, but at this point, like I said, it's just more important that you don't give up 2.
Well, we saw that last Jaguars power play take things slow in the neutral zone as they were trying to perfect their zone entries. We may see a lot of that here if this puck comes back out.
I would like to see some intent on offensively here, though. If you get the puck in your zone, work it around and try to get that goal.
Oh,
the Peoria penalty call number 91, Jordan Kerr. 2 minutes for cross-checking at 13:38. Peoria penalty call number 91, Kerr. 2 minutes for cross-checking at 13:38.
Jaguars keeping this along the top of the zone as they finally get this puck down low. Across. Circling with it now. Sent back up to Kandra. A shot from the point. Finds the pads of Peterson, but would not go.
It was a juicy rebound.
Jaguars have this in their own end now, looking to regroup. On the far side, that is Joshua Lazari, sending that puck deep. Peoria tried to ring that around the boards. It does find a Peoria player and they're out, but a stretch pass through the neutral zone didn't quite work, and the Jaguars will get this puck.
Tried to hit that home run ball on the breakout. But as they've done all evening long, this has been a really solid defensive showing from the Joliet Jaguars. They get back and play it, and that's the stuff I'm talking about, right? Like, you want to get in, you want to get your offense set up on the power play, but you got to look out for these home run balls at this point, because that's what Peoria's got going for them.
Down in the corner, that is Braden Ballard. But now the Mustangs leave the zone with the puck and are able to dump this down to kill off some more time and get a change. Jaguars will regroup, pressured by one Peoria skater, but they come out with this puck, trying to find speed and space. Oh, 2 Peoria players collide, and it's in down low. That could have been a dangerous chance. It still is for the Jaguars, but then it's flipped out of the zone, and Ballard will have to regroup here.
But what you saw there, Mike, was Joliet with some force attacking the offensive zone with some speed, and it led to a good opportunity.
A blown tire from the Jaguars at the blue line makes their defense delayed, and a shot and a goal! We have a shorthanded goal. I believe that was number 9, Vaughn Jurgens.
The Mustangs aren't dead yet. We're at about 1.5 minutes left to go, and Joliet's now clinging to a 1-goal lead.
Actually, that may have been Trey Ingles shooting that puck.
Bad angle.
Peoria has taken their timeout.
It's a bad angle roof job right up underneath the crossbar.
Sorry, 26 was the shooter. That's Grayson Englert. 3rd time's a charm there, but that's only their 2nd goal. They are in search of the 3rd time's a charm. They take their timeout now. Gotta imagine with time winding down and just down a goal now, they could be looking at pulling Michael Peterson. They may have already been doing that. It was a 2-goal deficit just before this goal.
Yeah, I mean, you need to win the draw. You know, winning this initial draw at center ice is huge, because you have to get the puck into the offensive zone really before you pull that goalie. So look for Peoria to win the draw, go straight forward with it, and just try to get into the Joliet defensive zone. And then you can see Michael Peterson make his way to the bench. He'll probably start with the faceoff. He'll probably be somewhere near, like, in between the dots on the faceoff, because you want to save every minute you can. See, he's already moving forward a little bit in his crease. He's almost in between the dots right now.
70 seconds remaining in this contest.
You see where he's starting right here. He's really close to being in between those face-off dots, and my guess is he'll creep forward as this draw is taken.
Well, he needs his team to win it first.
Peoria goal scorer number 26, Grayson Engler.
To do that.
Assistant number 91, Jordan Kerr at 15:58. 1 minute remaining in regulation time. 1 minute.
A shot gloved by goaltender Lysick as the other goaltender, Peterson, makes his way to the bench. So it looks like we will have a 6-on-5 here. Peoria, 55 seconds to try to find a goal to tie this game up and force overtime. In for the draw is Jason Lossman. Peoria with the puck down low, thrown back to the point. A shot doesn't get through, hits a skate. The Jaguars have an opportunity at the empty net here as they cross the blue line and they score! And that should seal the deal for the Jaguars. 4-2 the scoreline.
Jaguars up the boards, up the boards, up the boards, and it leads to an empty net goal. This has really been textbook defense by the Joliet Jaguars here this evening, and they're going to walk away as the second number 2 seed to win themselves a championship here today.
Joshua Lazari getting that puck into the empty net. That's really the only offense Joliet has had in this third period, but it's really all they need as it basically solidifies that 2-goal lead in this last minute with only seconds remaining.
Jaguars goal scorer number 20, Joshua Lazari. Unassisted at 16-19. Jaguars goal scored by Lazari, unassisted at 16-19.
Peoria still trying to force this puck in low and do whatever they can. Only 20 on the clock. And it looks as though the Joliet Jaguars are going to come away with this one. 10 to go now as the puck is dumped all the way back down, but we will get an icing. 9.5 showing on the clock.
And the Jaguars are already starting to celebrate. You got hugs down there around Trevor Lysick.
Job is not over yet. 9.5 seconds separating them from the championship title. Not kept in at the blue line by the Peoria Mustangs. They dump it back down as the clock winds down. And the Joliet Jaguars upset the 1 seed and win the 16U championship here in the Blackhawks NIHL tournament.
Just a really solid performance from this Jaguars team, start to finish. It started off a little rough for them, right? That first 4 or 5 minutes, pretty much thoroughly dominated by the Peoria Junior Mustangs, but the Jaguars persevered. They fought through it. They picked up that first goal in the first period. They extended their lead in the second. They hung on here in the third, and they are the champions.
After their celebrations here, they will line up at center for the ceremonial handshakes, and then they will be receiving their banners. As we mentioned before, no trophy for this level, but both teams and their barns happy to have another one go into the rafters.
Yeah, it's just one more for you and me to have to try to look between, Eric, next year when we're down at Inwood. As we try to watch the games from our perspective, they're going to add one more banner down at Inwood. They will get their banners. We'll do the 3 stars. Then Mike and I will step away and we'll let the video take you home while we get ready for the 18U championship.
Handshakes commence. Goalies leading as always.
Trevor Lysick showing a lot of emotion down there for the Joliet Jaguars. You love to see it.
Honestly, as we've said all day, a great display from both teams. This Peoria team looked as though they were down and out when that 3-goal lead happened, but they fought back and brought it within one, and if it just wasn't for that empty netter, they would have still had a chance in this game.
Yep, and there you see Trevor Lysick, obviously one of the 3 stars, taking his place, along with Joseph Kandra. We'll see who the 3rd star of the game is. But the Jaguars come in as the 2 seed. They walk out as the champion.
All 3 stars are Jaguars as we send it down to ice level with Jenna Rose, who has our 3 stars.
Time to announce the 3 stars of the game. From Joliet, number 2, Joseph Kandra. From Joliet, number 42, Trevor Lysick. And from Joliet, number 95, Enzo Messineo. Please turn your attention to the ice where Jenna Rose is with today's 3 stars.
Thank you so much, Gene Honda. I do have to ask to get this rolling for you. You guys get to take home the hardware. How is this a testament to the hard work your team has put into this over the course of the season?
They really worked their ass off during the period of time. And, well, it showed off today. We got 3 on them and kind of shut them down, so I thought that was good.
Trevor did a fantastic job. Congratulations. This here is for you. All right, now we're going to go on over to Enzo, taking this one 4-2. What impressed you the most about your team here this afternoon?
Honestly, our defense, they really stepped up today, and nothing much, yep.
Well, there we go. This one's for you as well. Congratulations. And last but not least, Joseph, we know that we're all one big family, but the parents, coaches, family members are always coming to each and every game. What do you have to say for them?
I'd like to say thank you to everybody, and I think our team really did good this year.
Well, they certainly did. Here you go. Congratulations. Let's hear it for our 3 stars of the game and the Jaguars, and let's make some noise for the Mustangs as well, putting up a fight in this one.
So Joseph Kandra, a big part of that defense.
Congratulations to the Peoria Junior Mustangs. And this time we now ask them to come forward to collect their banner.
I'm loving these interviews. I am absolutely loving these interviews.
Yes, we've had some good ones.
Last game, we had one of the players say, I have no idea what I was doing out there. The puck didn't go where I shot it, but it went in anyway. I mean, these are just A-grade interviews. But, hey, you got to work on that part of the game, too, if you want to be a professional athlete, right? You got to work on that. You got to work on your mic skills as well.
Enzo Messineo getting the game-winning
Congratulations to
goal.
the Joliet Jaguars, who are now collecting their banner.
Trust me, I know he's talking. No worry. And then, of course, goaltender Lysick. So 3 stars, they're collecting their banner. We'll let the video take it out from here. For my partners, Aaron Schell and Eric Willowette, I am Mike Napolitano. Stay with us for the last game. The 18Us will be coming up right after this. There is a trophy.
Give the boys that trophy. Let's go.
And we'll give it down to center ice to watch them hoist it. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you in the next broadcast right after this one.
Now will the Jaguars captains please come to collect their championship trophy.